My name is Jeff Elcheroth, and I am a teacher. When I was asked to take part in this TEDx event and to contribute to the musical part of it, the first thing that came into my mind was a friend of mine, whom I had the chance to work with for several years. He wasn't even a musician, but a simple teacher, like me. And I always remember him complaining that we did not sing enough at school. He was often laughed at and not taken seriously in his ideas, although he was completely right with his attitude. Because which better way could there be to learn math, sciences, or languages than through singing or using a song? As for myself, I remember performing an Italian song at the age of 5, thanks to a teacher who did really a great job then at the local child choir, where I was a member of. Not only did she make me sing at the local Spurkäse party in front of some 100 kids with their teachers, she also offered us songs in all kinds of languages. You can imagine me sitting there singing "A ritorno maggio." I didn't get a word what I was singing. It should be "Al ritorno dal maggio." And for a reason that I don't know, she didn't explain to us either what we were singing. But I got the sound of the language into my ears, and it would remain there until later on I know all the other languages similar to it, and it was inspiring to me in the same way. I guess this teacher really was quite an inspiration to me and for my later career. But let me tell you of a more recent personal experience at school. My kids asked me to use more English at school, next to German and French, which I teach, because English would not figure on the official curriculum at elementary school, as you know, in Luxembourg. So did I, and to my big surprise, they would understand everything. Don't forget, they are between 11 and 12 years old, although only 2 of them were familiar with the language. So when asking them why they would understand everything, you know what they should answer me. Through singing, through performing songs, by YouTube, and so on. So my kids have known me now for more than 2 years, and they perfectly understand that there is a song for every topic or situation at school. And like they would like to say, or rather sing, évidemment, France Gall, very helpful with French adverbs. Or what about je t'aimais, je t'aime, et je t'aimerai, to use when you want to learn French, past, present, and future times with them. And to stay with the French participe présent. Quand j'étais petit garçon, je repassais mes leçons en chantant. Thanks, Michel Sardou, for this special moment where you tell us that you could even better do love when singing. We had a very good moment at class at that time. As you might have noticed, most of the songs I use are rather old. So, as a side effect, we learn history too. And by analyzing all these texts, like the one from Michel Sardou, you will notice that there is even more to discover than only music and history. I give you another example, this time for sciences. How to learn sciences with a song. And please let me introduce a very popular song here in Luxembourg, which would be Kap, shallak, kne your face, Kap, shallak, kne your face, and then on the mond. They would touch not the right parts when performing it, but they got the sound in their head and they would remember it. Too old school, you think? Okay, let's use one direction to face the math problems. Now take off 100 and then 24, then divide by 2 and then 7 more. And if you're struggling now, it's not hard to tell you don't know. Your math skills are terrible. You want to preserve kids from repetitive words when they write German text. Use this song. Da, 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 which would mean and then, and then, and then. I promise you, they will never use it again once they saw the song. But let's sacrifice some more moments to this beautiful, although difficult German language and see how my kids deal with the use of times and modal verbs. Als ich ein Baby war ich noch klein. Das soll bei Babys ja so üblich sein. Ich hatte nur 3 Haare auf dem Kopf und rutschte durch die Wohnung auf nem Topf.
Aber jetzt bin ich groß, seht mich mal an. Ihr werdet staunen, was ich alles kann. Aber jetzt bin ich groß, seht doch mal her. Jetzt kann ich Zähne putzen, Hände waschen, Schleifen binden und noch vieles mehr.
Als ich ein Baby war ich noch lieb. Ich war ein ganz besonders süßer Typ. Nur in der Nacht, da fing ich an zu schreien. Waren alle wach, dann schlief ich wieder ein.
Aber jetzt bin ich groß, seht mich mal an. Ihr werdet staunen, was ich alles kann. Aber jetzt bin ich groß, seht doch mal her. Jetzt kann ich Zähne putzen, Hände waschen, Schleifen binden, Treppen steigen, Päckchen packen und noch vieles mehr.
A big thank you to the ministry department from Script who helped me to make this movie. So, people around the world have definitely recognized the importance of music and schools, and things are quite developing quite quickly, not only in tiny Luxembourg, but also here at the moment. So these colleagues that I mentioned helping me from the Script, and whom I cooperate with quite regularly, they confirm that the demand for music and for support in this concrete domain is really increasing. I give you some examples, and our minister will love it, I think. Special jobs have, in fact, been created by the ministry to assist classes in creating whole musicals. And we did one last year that you could see at Mersch, and it was quite a success, I guess. The Ministry of Education recently engaged a person whose major work it is to keep school and cultural institutions related, which I think is very important because there's still a problem between the two as it appears. And no later than last week, our minister announced a new bachelor in music teaching starting in 21-22 at Luxembourg University in collaboration with the 3 conservatories of our country. Thank you for that. But apart from the importance of songs at school and all the efforts being made here, I always knew that music was important for my private life too. I only didn't always see how to combine it with my job. So I started taking lessons at the conservatory and taking part in the smaller projects. And people hearing me performing and seeing me on stage, they wondered and they asked me how I was doing this and how I managed to do my job and these performances at the same time. So being on stage in the evening and giving lessons the other day. The answer from me is in evidence. It is because I do this that I am so at ease at school. I can be myself at both places. Have success on stage, which I transferred to school, and get satisfaction at school, which gives me wings again on stage. Something I would highly recommend to anyone doing the job and wanting to persevere. So let me finish my little excursus by stepping back to the inspiring French songs, more precise to a French singer and songwriter. Some of you might still know him. He's called Jean-Jacques Goldman, and I sang his text when I was a kid, like my kids are now. And I randomly rediscovered one of his songs, and I realized that it perfectly resumes the message I would like to pass here and now at this particular place. You don't need 3 master titles or 2 doctor diploma to be a good teacher. With your heart at the right side and always some music in it, you can achieve everything in education. You can change lives. And listen how Jean-Jacques Goldman would say it. C'était un professeur, un simple professeur, qui pensait que savoir était un grand trésor, que tous les moins que rien n'avaient pour s'en sentir que l'école et le droit qu'à chacun de s'instruire. Il y mettait du temps, du talent et du cœur, ainsi passait sa vie au milieu de nos heures, et loin des beaux discours, des grandes théories, à sa tâche chaque jour, vous pouvez dire de lui, il changeait la vie. Merci.